Have you ever felt invisible, like the world just passed you by without a second glance? What if I told you that rejection isn't a dead end, but a redirection to something far greater? And what if the ancient wisdom of a Roman emperor could show you how to turn every no into power? Have you ever had a door slammed in your face, only to realize later it was the best thing that could have happened to you? Today, we're going deep into that moment, into the hidden power behind rejection. And we're doing it through the timeless lens of Stoic wisdom, with none other than Marcus Aurelius as our guide. Picture this: a world where every no doesn't knock you down, but lifts you higher. Where rejection, yes, that bitter word we all dread, becomes your launch pad toward greatness. This isn't about tricking fate or pretending pain doesn't hurt. It's about seeing rejection not as the end, but as the universe's disguised yes to something better. So let me ask you, have you been overlooked lately, ignored, undervalued? Then it's time to flip the script. In this video, we'll uncover 13 powerful lessons, real strategies grounded in Stoic thought that will help you turn rejection into resilience. No theory here, just practical wisdom you can apply today. But before we dive in, if you find this kind of wisdom valuable, hit the like button and tap the bell. It lets YouTube know this is content worth sharing. All right, let's begin this powerful journey together. Let's transform rejection into victory. Starting now. Lesson 1. Ignore them. When life hits you with the cold shoulder, don't shrink. Rise. Ignoring those who ignore you isn't petty. It's powerful. It's a silent declaration that says, I know my worth. Imagine someone decides you're not worth their time. That's their loss, not yours. By choosing not to engage, you reflect their energy right back to them without a word. But here's the key. How do you ignore without becoming bitter? Simple. Refocus on you, your goals, your joy, your growth. Dive into what enriches your soul. Read, train, learn something new, spend time with people who truly see you. This isn't revenge, it's redirection. It's choosing to invest your energy where it matters. Yes, it might sting. Being ignored always does. But that sting, let it fuel your self-respect. Build an inner fortress, so strong their indifference bounces right off of it. You're not just surviving their rejection, you're thriving in spite of it. This kind of calm resilience is emotional maturity in action. It's a living testimony that your worth is not dependent on someone else's inability to recognize it. Lesson 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection hurts. It always will. And it tempts you to lash out, to prove your value, to demand attention. But here's your secret weapon: calmness. From the Stoic playbook, this is your shield. When someone dismisses you, resist the urge to let your emotions take over. Stoicism isn't about bottling feelings. It's about not letting them drive your decisions. Instead of snapping back or spiraling into self-doubt, pause. Ask yourself, why is this bothering me so deeply? Most of the time, it's not the rejection. It's the insecurity it awakens. And that's where your power begins. Breathe. Reflect. This moment does not define you. It's just a moment. The Stoics teach us to control what we can, our response, not their behavior. So respond. With grace. Stay composed. Stay kind. And now, as we move forward, get ready to uncover Lesson 3, where we explore how to redirect rejection into relentless focus. It only gets deeper and more transformative from here. Shall we continue? Sometimes the strongest response to rejection is no reaction at all. We just explored calmness in the face of indifference is not weakness, it's wisdom. And now, let's take that a step further. If you feel like reaching out, do it. But do it from a place of sincerity, not from expectation. Reach out not because you're seeking validation, but because you genuinely care. This approach isn't about giving up or staying silent. It's about taking back control. It's about being the master of your emotions. Because the truth is, your self-worth does not depend on someone else's opinion. Your real power lies not in how others treat you, but in how you respond. And once you embrace that, once you own that response, you change the game entirely. Yes, adopting this mindset isn't easy. It takes effort. It takes awareness. But when you begin to master calmness in the middle of rejection, you're not just enduring a painful moment. You're growing stronger through it. You begin to see clearly. Your inner peace isn't something others can give or take away. It's yours to claim. And here's the beautiful twist. People are drawn to that kind of strength. They're attracted to those who are self-assured, those who don't collapse under pressure, those who don't need approval to thrive. So, by staying calm, you're not just coping, you're becoming someone who transforms rejection into a powerful turning point. That is the Stoic way. Lesson 3. Remove them from your mind. When rejection strikes, the Stoic tool of detachment becomes your secret weapon. Now, this isn't about pretending it didn't hurt. It's not about denial. It's about transforming that pain into purpose. Start by acknowledging the sting. Feel it, then release it. Don't let it anchor itself in your mind. Think of yourself as a skilled sailor navigating stormy seas. The waves, your emotions, are real, but instead of sinking, you use those waves to steer forward. That's the mindset shift. Rejection isn't a dead end. It's a detour sign, a redirection, pointing you towards something greater. So take action. Read a book that stretches your thinking. Pick up a sport that pushes your limits. Volunteer, create, move, whatever enriches your spirit. These aren't just distractions. They are stepping stones to rediscovery, to growth. With every new experience, you become more resilient, more adaptable, more you. And here's another key. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Build a circle that speaks life into your goals. Talk, dream, listen, grow together. Rejection is not the end. It's an invitation to reinvent yourself. And as you journey forward, you'll often look back and realize that painful no was simply the universe whispering, "There's something better." Lesson 4. Demonstrate your value. Rejection hurts, yes, but it also reveals what you're made of. It's a test, not of your worth, but of your resilience. So next time you're passed over in a meeting or overlooked for an opportunity, pause, take a breath. Don't sink into self-pity. Don't stew in silence. Instead, rise, channel that energy into action. Start a project that shows your talent. Volunteer for something new. Let your work speak, louder than any dismissal. Remember that old phrase? When one door closes, another opens. It's more than a comfort. It's a blueprint. Being passed over may feel personal, but maybe, just maybe, it's the universe nudging you toward a place where your light will shine brighter, where your skills, your heart, your passion are truly needed. Now, as we continue this journey, get ready for Lesson 5, where we'll explore how to rise even higher after every fall. You're not just surviving rejection, you're turning it into a legacy of strength. Let's keep going. In the last section, we discovered that rejection isn't the end. It's a redirection. Now let's take that momentum and turn inward, to reflect, realign, and rise. Use this as a catalyst to reassess and realign. Ask yourself, what are my true strengths? How can I pivot, refocus, and make the most of what I already have? This is where your comeback story begins, not one built on denial or forced positivity, but one that embraces the full spectrum of emotion and still moves forward with grace. Stoicism reminds us, control what you can, your thoughts, your actions, your response. So when rejection knocks you down, don't just push past it. Pause. Reflect. Let it be your teacher. Practice empathy, not just for others, but for yourself. Maybe that colleague who overlooked you is battling insecurities of their own. Understanding them doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Growth begins here, in the ashes of what didn't go your way. So take those lessons, rise from the setback like a phoenix, and emerge stronger, more focused, more grounded, and more you. Rejection isn't the end of your story. It's the unexpected plot twist that turns your journey into something far more powerful, far more real. Face it with the fire of youth and the wisdom of the ancients, and you'll find rejection transforms from your biggest fear into your greatest ally. Lesson 5. Cut off contact. Now this might sound harsh, but stay with me. Sometimes silence is more than just not speaking. It's a powerful, strategic act of reclaiming your energy. Imagine this. You've been ignored, shut out, or turned away. Your instincts scream, fix it, reach out, say something. But what if you didn't? What if instead you paused and embraced the quiet? This isn't about ghosting or playing games. It's about regaining your power by stepping back. Silence gives you space to breathe, to think, to recalibrate. It reminds you that your worth isn't tethered to someone else's recognition. And that silence, it's not passive. It's active. It's intentional. You're not waiting. You're reflecting, refocusing. You're reconnecting with your purpose. Think of it as a reset button, one that clears the noise and gives you clarity. This isn't coldness, it's self-respect. It's saying, I value myself too much to chase what isn't chasing me. And here's something to consider. In a world addicted to instant replies, your silence becomes intriguing. It tells the world, you are unshaken. You have priorities, you have presence, you're not trying to make them regret anything. You're showing with quiet strength that you're solid, centered, and self-anchored. And even if their behavior doesn't change, yours will. You'll walk forward more balanced, more empowered, ready for what comes next. Lesson 6. Prove them wrong. Now let's be clear. This isn't about revenge. It's about rising. When someone rejects you or doubts your ability, don't stew in the setback. Let that doubt become your drive, not to satisfy them, but to surpass yourself. If they said you couldn't do it anyway. If they questioned your skill, master it, not for applause, but for your own growth. Go deep, learn, practice, keep showing up, until even you surprise yourself with your progress. This is the art of quiet confidence. You don't need a dramatic reveal or a mic drop moment. Just let your consistency speak. For you, brick by brick, build a fortress of ability and resilience. Because the most powerful way to respond to rejection is to become someone it could never define. Coming up next, Lesson 7. We'll explore how true strength often hides in the quietest moments, and how to tap into it when rejection stirs your deepest insecurities. Let's keep building this inner fortress together. In the last lesson, we learned that the most powerful form of proof is silent progress, letting your results, not your emotions, speak for you. Now, let's take that power and apply it to how you show up in the world. Let your actions do the talking. You don't need to broadcast your intentions. You don't have to argue your worth or beg for recognition. If someone says you're uncreative, start creating. Paint, design, build, write. Let your project speak what words never could. If they say you lack commitment, stay consistent. Show up early. Stay late. Finish strong. Let your persistence rewrite their assumptions. This is your silent revolution, not a battle of ego, but a quest for personal mastery. You're not fighting for their approval, you're cultivating your excellence. And here's the beautiful irony. When you grow, evolve, and shine, their narrative about you changes without you ever needing to explain a thing. But the real transformation doesn't happen out there. It happens in here. True victory isn't proving them wrong. It's discovering what was right inside you all along. Because in the end, the only validation that truly matters is the one you give yourself. Lesson 7. Go out and have fun. Now, this may surprise you, but one of the most powerful responses to rejection is joy. Yes, joy. When you're rejected, the instinct is to hide, to overthink, to replay the moment on a loop. But what if instead you chose to live louder? Joy isn't escapism, it's empowerment. Try this. Take up a new hobby, something playful or completely outside your comfort zone. Revisit an old passion that once lit you up inside. This simple shift, choosing joy, can be your defiant response to rejection. It says, I'm still here, I still matter, because we as humans are wired for connection. And one of the best ways to heal is together. So, gather your tribe, call a friend, share a meal, go on a spontaneous adventure, join a local class or group, whatever gets you out of isolation and into life again. Every laugh, every shared moment, every new experience is a quiet reminder. You are not your rejection. You are a vibrant part of something bigger. And here's where the real magic happens. Say yes to something new. Try food you've never tasted. Visit a place you've never been. Attend a workshop that has nothing to do with your usual interests. Each yes adds texture to your life. It builds adaptability, empathy, and courage. Remember, this isn't about forgetting the rejection. It's about outgrowing it. You're not escaping. You're expanding. Lesson 8. Build your social status. Now picture this. You walk into a room and no one really sees you. You feel invisible, overlooked. That moment, as painful as it is, holds power. According to Stoic wisdom, rejection can become a catalyst, not for revenge, but for personal elevation. So instead of chasing attention, turn inward. Refocus on self-enhancement. Start working on your health. Get stronger, eat better, move more. Not for appearance, but for energy, focus, and resilience. Explore hobbies that stretch you. Read, build, hike, craft, lead. These aren't distractions. They're tools. Tools that shape you into someone solid and grounded. And don't keep your journey a secret. Share, not for applause, but for connection. Let your progress be a bridge to others who think like you, feel like you, strive like you. Because that's what real social presence is. It's not about being the loudest in the room. It's about having something real to say when the room finally listens. And next, in Lesson 9, we'll dive into one of the most underestimated forces of transformation: routine. The daily habits that shape not just your response to rejection, but your entire identity. Let's keep going. Your story is only just beginning. Previously, we explored how building your social status isn't about spotlight, it's about substance. Now, let's take that one step deeper, into the kind of growth that quietly transforms you from within and inspires those around you. Share your story, not for fame, but for connection. This isn't about gaining followers. It's about finding your people, souls who resonate with your truth. By engaging in volunteering, networking, or simply showing up where you can serve, you're not just padding your resume. You're weaving a rich tapestry of relationships, purpose, and shared growth. This mindset is deeply Stoic. It's where self-betterment and service to others intertwine. In building your presence, your intention matters more than anything. This is not a chase for attention. It's a commitment to becoming a more refined, grounded version of yourself. Every step you take, Every action, every conversation should ripple outward. It should uplift others as it elevates you. And that shift in perspective, it's everything. It's not about how many eyes are watching. It's about what you see when you look in the mirror, when you choose growth for its own sake, not for applause, not for revenge. You become unshakable. You don't just rise above rejection, you transmute it into fuel, into fire, into purpose. Lesson 9. Act as if they don't exist. Now, what if someone keeps ignoring you? Cold shoulder, indifference, silence. Sometimes the most powerful response is to not respond at all. This isn't about being petty. It's about protecting your peace. If someone doesn't acknowledge your presence, don't chase theirs. Redirect your energy. Give your time and attention to those who value it. In a social setting, don't try to spark their interest. Instead, gravitate toward those who genuinely enjoy your company. Start a real conversation there, one filled with presence and warmth. And, in the moments where you must interact, be brief. Be professional. Stay on point. Don't offer personal depth where none is welcomed. This isn't about giving them the cold shoulder. It's about giving yourself the clarity to rise above the noise. You're not here to play games. You're here to grow. And if their silence continues, don't resist the obvious. Walk away, not out of defeat, but out of wisdom, out of strength. Why pour your energy into one-sided connections when you can invest it in relationships and pursuits that actually nourish you? That's not retreat. That's strategy. That's maturity. That's Stoic strength in action. Lesson 10. Give them the silent treatment, the Stoic way. Now let's be clear. This silence isn't about revenge. It's about dignity. True silence, the kind taught by Stoic philosophy, isn't cold. It's clear. It's a sacred space to reflect, refocus, and realign. When someone dismisses or ignores you, don't lash out. Don't beg. Don't explain. Instead, turn inward. Let that silence become a mirror. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What is this really teaching me? Silence isn't about punishing them. It's about protecting your inner world. It's about listening to your thoughts without interruption and choosing your response with wisdom, not emotion. In that silence, you begin to grow, not by shutting down, but by opening up to yourself. You begin to see what you stand for, what you value, who you are, without needing external validation, because that's the essence of Stoicism. Stillness as strength, silence as power, reflection as fuel. Next up, Lesson 11. We'll dive into how practicing emotional discipline isn't about detachment, but about clarity, presence, and long-term peace. Ready to go deeper? In the last lesson, we saw how silence, when chosen wisely, becomes a powerful act of self-respect. Now, let's explore how that same silence can deepen your character and guide your growth. Let silence shape you, not shrink you. When you pause instead of react, you create space. Space to reflect. Space to ask, why does this affect me so much? What am I meant to learn here? This is not destructive silence. It's constructive stillness. It's the kind of pause that helps you reinforce who you are and who you want to be. Use this moment to align your reactions with your values. Let your silence come from clarity, not confusion. From intention, not avoidance. Because when you choose silence, do it with purpose, not to manipulate, not to punish, but to honor your own peace. Stoicism reminds us temperance and self-control aren't signs of weakness. They're marks of maturity. By choosing not to react impulsively, you're not ignoring someone else. You're actually tuning in to yourself. You're listening closely to your inner compass. This kind of restraint is more than discipline. It's a quiet declaration. I will not be pulled into drama. I will not be swayed by provocation. You're focused on your own path. You're embodying serenity in the middle of storms. Lesson 11. Don't beg for attention. When you're met with indifference, the temptation to be louder, to prove yourself, can be overwhelming. But the Stoic path calls you in a different direction. Anchor yourself in your self-worth. If someone ignores you, don't treat it as a cue to perform harder for their validation. Instead, let it be a powerful moment of inward reflection. Ask yourself, not, how do I make them notice me? But why do I need their notice at all? Stoicism teaches that your self-esteem should never swing like a pendulum, tied to the attention or approval of others. Your worth isn't up for negotiation. So what do? You dive into your passions. You work. You create. You build. Not to impress, but to fulfill. Let your life become something you're proud of, regardless of who's watching. Pursue meaning, not performance. This isn't passive. It's a bold, active embrace of your own life. When you're so deeply engaged in your growth, your healing, and your purpose, the need for outside validation slowly fades into irrelevance. Instead of chasing fleeting attention, invest in yourself. Build a life so aligned, so authentic, that even if no one claps, you still feel fulfilled. Let your confidence be the quiet echo of your daily actions, not a show, not a plea, just real, grounded self-assurance. That's how you stop coping with rejection and start transcending it. Lesson 12. Be kind, but emotionally distant. Now, here's a powerful paradox. Be kind, but keep your emotional world protected. When someone ignores or dismisses you, it's normal to feel hurt, frustrated, maybe even angry. But Stoicism invites you to respond not with emotional chaos, but with calm smile. Greet them. Offer a polite, "Have a good day," but do it without expectation. Let your kindness be a gift, not a transaction. And here's the key. Maintain emotional distance, not as a defense, but as a boundary. You're not building walls. You're drawing lines. You recognize that while you can control your behavior, you cannot control theirs. This distance isn't weakness. It's strength. It's self-respect in action. By staying kind, yet detached, you're saying, I will not let your indifference define my emotional state. I choose peace, even when you offer silence. And that, right there, is power. Up next, Lesson 13, the final piece in this journey, where we'll bring it all together and explore how rejection, when faced with grace and grit, becomes a path to unstoppable inner strength. Let's finish strong. In the last lesson, we explored the quiet power of kindness paired with emotional distance, a balance that honors your peace without compromising your dignity. Now, as we step into our final lesson, let's uncover how resilience can shine even in silence. Lesson 13. Don't reveal your struggle. When someone ignores you, it's natural to feel the urge to show your pain, to prove how deeply you've been affected. But the Stoic path teaches something radically different. Hold your composure, not for them, but for you. This isn't about pretending you're fine. It's about discovering a strength that doesn't need to be put on display. Your ability to continue, calm, steady, unwavering, is not a performance. It's a quiet declaration of your inner stability. When you choose not to reveal your struggle, you aren't suppressing your emotions. You're mastering them. You're saying, yes, I feel this one, but it will not define me. So keep moving forward with the same energy, the same purpose, the same fire. Not to prove anything to anyone, but to remind yourself that rejection does not reduce your worth. Let your self-assurance be your compass. Let your actions, not your reactions, speak for your strength. This isn't denial. It's discernment. It's choosing calm over chaos. It's learning to steer your own ship, even when the seas are rough, because in the end, Your response to rejection is not just for the world to witness, it's for you to reflect on. It's a mirror, revealing not weakness, but wisdom. Not pain, but power. We've now journeyed through 13 powerful lessons rooted in Stoic philosophy, each one designed to help you transform rejection into resilience, from mastering your emotions, to building inner strength, to walking away with dignity. You've learned that every no you face can become a yes to deeper clarity, purpose, and personal evolution. So, here's my challenge for you. Don't just listen to these lessons, live them. Let rejection be the doorway to self-discovery. Let pain point you toward your power. If this journey resonated with you, take a moment now to support this growing community. Hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell so you don't miss future insights, and leave a comment below. Share your story. Whether it's a breakthrough, a setback you've overcome, or simply the word strength in adversity, your message matters. It tells the world, I'm here, I'm growing, I'm turning my rejections into fuel. And together, that's what this space is all about. Building wisdom, living with courage, and mastering the art of Stoic resilience. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, stay stoic.